Hi, Tana Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And I'm continuing our little series on Find What Feels Good. And I'm also continuing messages to honor Louise Hay. And what I want to talk about today is finding what feels good socially and making real connections. And I'm going to be sharing a couple things that happened after Louise Hay's passing that happened because of her passing. So obviously I was kind of shocked and in awe of the way she passed and when she passed and just it seemed like to be the same as Wayne Dyer was the same day as Wayne Dyer 2 years later. It seemed to be like, okay, I've done all I can do here. I'm moving over to the other side now. And it was just so synchronistic and amazing that I was so overwhelmed with so many emotions. But one thing that I felt very strongly was I was thinking about the person that turned me on to Louise's book many years ago, 1988, my very first week working at Capitol Records. His name is Louis. And I thought, you know what, I have to thank Louis for turning me on to Louise and her book because it's shaped my whole life. It's shaped who I have become, what I'm doing now, how I have handled my own life and my health. Louise uh, healed herself of cancer. I healed myself of lupus. I am now a law of attraction life coach and a holistic health practitioner. And all of that started with Louis turning me on to Louise's book. And also, that turned me on to this whole other world of self help and spiritual authors that I wasn't aware of. And I found this bookstore near me called the Psychic Eye because they didn't have these sections in the regular bookstores back then. And there was just this whole new world that was opened up to me. And I was just like, oh, it was amazing. So after Louise passed, I felt very strongly, I've got to find Louis and thank him for turning me on to Louise. So I looked and I found him on LinkedIn and I found his email address and I just shot off an email. I haven't seen him or talked to him in about 27 years. So I didn't even know if he would remember me. And I just said, we worked together in personnel at Capitol and you turned me onto Louise's book and it's changed my life. And I just wanted to thank you because my life wouldn't be what it is if you hadn't said, oh, Louise, go check this book out. And to my surprise, I got a message back really quickly from Louise, from Louis. Isn't that interesting? Louise, very similar, very aligned. And he said, Tanny Banani, how the heck are you? And I forgot that he used to call me Tanny Banani all the time. Everyone calls me Tana Banana, almost everyone at Capitol and other people in my lives. But he specifically called me Tanny Banani. And I was like, oh my God. So we had this email exchange for about 3 days going on, catching up on our lives the past 27 years and sharing stories and photos and stuff that we had both saved from that time and cracking each other up. And it was so heartwarming and it just filled me up from the inside out and it just lifted my spirits so much. And because of that exchange, I was inspired to reach out to another friend that I've been in contact with more recently, more consistently. Her name's Charlotte. Because he's like, how's Charlotte? We're talking about all these people. Who are you still in touch with? And I hadn't talked to Charlotte in a while. And I'm friends with Charlotte's son as well. He was in high school when she and I were working together. So I've known him forever. But I hadn't talked to her in a while. So I reached out to Charlotte and I got a hold of her and I was like, I'm emailing with Louis. And she's like, oh my God. And it turned out to be her birthday the day I called. So how fortunate was that? That was pretty amazing. And then I have another friend, Sandy, that I hadn't talked to in a while. And she and I started at Capitol on the same day, February 1st, 1988. We went through orientation together and we've been close friends ever since. We've been through lots of things together as friends, obviously, but because she's busy with her family, I'm busy with mom. She lives a little farther away. It's hard for us to talk and get together. But I wanted to talk to her. I had some things I needed to talk to her about specifically anyway, but I just sent her a text and I said, Can we talk soon? She's like, I'm free right now. So I wound up having this long conversation with her and reconnecting with her. And I had just, before Louise passed away, even I had just spoken to another good friend of ours, Jody. Like me and Jody and Sandy, we were very, very close in our early years at Capitol, and we continued on. But they've had kids and are busy, and I'm busy with my stuff, so we're still close, but we just don't talk that often. And Jody's really super hard to get a hold of because she's crazy busy. But again, I was like, I need to talk to you for like 2 minutes. I just actually need to speak to you. I had to ask her about something, and so I'm telling you, it made such a difference to talk to people on the phone and hear their voices and have a real connection. And of course, connecting in person is the best thing for you. And we all need that. Social interaction is so important to our health and well being. And if you want to have a healthy, happy life your whole life, make sure that you have a strong social circle your whole entire life. Make sure you're always meeting new people, make friends with younger people, people of all ages from all walks of life, and just always have new people coming in and keep that steady flow of good new energy coming in, and always surround yourself with great people and get together with them regularly in person. This is one of the reasons that a big part of my business going forward, when I am ready to really jump into it later, check my other video on later if you want to know what that means, it is planning events. My Infinite Women community, I really want to grow that. And I have all these events planned that I want to do on a regular basis. I love connecting with other people, especially like minded women, and just getting together and connecting and lifting each other up and having fun and sharing ideas. And so that's going to be a huge part of my business going forward because it's something that I know that I need on a regular basis. And I don't get it a lot because of being with my mom. I'm kind of isolated. I can't see friends as much as I would like to or as often as I would like to. If they come to me, it makes it easier, but it's not as frequent as it could be if I was free to go out and interact with people, or like when I was at Capital. Let's just have a little shout out to Capital, my home away from home for 20 years, and it's still kind of is. We still have friends there, but I love Capital. It's where I met my husband. And this is not accurate. It has 13 floors, but if it was accurate, it would be like right here, right? I met my husband in 1989 in the art department. So anyway, I digress. But obviously, I made a lot of great friends through Capital. But that was one of the things that really fed my soul for so many years was going to work every day and just being with friends all day, every day. I was so fortunate to have an amazing experience of being surrounded by people that I loved, who loved me all day, every day for 20 years. So you can imagine how I kind of missed that and why this is something that I feel so strongly about as being part of my business, which will be part of my daily life going forward. But just for you, I want you to make sure that you have regular interaction physically in person with like minded people that you feel loved and supported by. And as you grow older, this is going to be very, very important. The people who are the healthiest, who live the longest, most fulfilling lives, are the ones who have a strong social circle. You need to stay connected. It's very hard if someone lives alone, and obviously, if you have physical issues that prevent you from going out and connecting with people, you got to find a way. You got to make sure that you have some people who will come to you or just talk on the phone. That is such a great thing if you're kind of limited by your situation like I am. Just talking on the phone and hearing someone's voice and connecting that way can make a world of difference. So just make sure you have that real connection because texting, it's to me it's a great way to just shoot a note off to somebody if you need to ask them a question or just confirm plans or something that's going on. But for real connection, text conversations aren't really going to do it. It's so mechanical and there's no tone to it. I mean, there can be a tone to it, but it's not the same as speaking with someone or being with someone and looking in their eyes. So please make sure you have real connection and find what feels good for that real connection. Is it getting together socially with friends? Is it going to church or synagogue or some other meeting that or some organization that you are a member of and you meet with people on a regular basis? That can satisfy that need too. It doesn't really matter. Maybe for you, it's like work. Like for me, maybe you have great friends at work and that's your social connection. And most likely, if you're friends with them, you're going out after work and spending time with them too. Because I'm just kind of used to that. You know, we were together all day, every day. We went out to happy hours afterwards. We are always celebrating each other's birthdays. We all went to Vegas together all the time. We had business trips to Maui all the time. And some of us did take regular vacations together on our own as well. So you really, really need that. So find what feels good socially and make real connections, real, like this, together, physically, real connections. And you will notice how it impacts your health and your well being and your life in such a positive way. And I'm very grateful that Louise triggered this little chain reaction of connections that I made the week that she passed. And I can't even tell you how fulfilled I felt at the end of that week. And so thank you, Louise. And I'm sure that she is inspiring all kinds of connection and all kinds of positive action all over the world since her passing. And so this is just one more little nugget that came as a result of Louise's passing. So I want to say thank you, Louis. Thank you for turning me on to Louise so many years ago. And thank you for our little catch up. That was so awesome. And Charlotte and Sandy and Jody and Marlene, I love my friends so much and I need them so much and I'm so grateful for them. So if there's someone you haven't talked to in a while, you've just been texting, pick up the phone and call them and talk to them. Hear their voice. Or if you can't, get together with them. Get together for lunch or dinner or just to hang out and be with each other. It's going to make you feel better. And if you're feeling lonely, reach out to somebody. There's always somebody else who might be lonely too, or maybe thought you were too busy and didn't reach out to you for some reason. Take the initiative, be proactive, reach out to people, and create that real connection that's going to serve you and them so much more than I can even tell you. So, and even though I'm connecting with you virtually, my heart is still with you. And hopefully one day we will meet in person. You never know. Maybe you'll be coming to one of my events later. If you are a like minded infinite woman, you are more than welcome to come to my events later, and I hope you do. So thank you for joining me here. I appreciate you watching because this is one of my only ways of connecting with more people on a regular basis. So I appreciate you being on the receiving end of that and connecting with me this way. So thank you. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below. If you would like these videos delivered straight to your inbox every Friday where we can connect through email, jump over to my website, TanaMarshall.com, get on the mailing list. There's a free little gift for you there, and you'll get a message from me every Friday and get the message before anybody else. So thank you for being here. Thank you for connecting with me. And now go connect with someone else. Go make a real connection right now, right now. As soon as you turn this off, you will be so happy that you did. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.